New lower targets are starting to show, and our thesis is playing out as per expected. Let's pop open the charts now because there could be a new formation with a downside suggestion, and historically speaking, this formation has some weight to it in our current time frame. Welcome back to the channel on this happy Friday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol GTII. Let's kill him, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive into ticker symbol GTII, and what you are observing here is the daily time frame for this asset. Okay, so what I want to point out here is actually first a very credible formation that the asset tends to perform when it's getting ready for a new downside, as I observe. So let's go ahead and display that right over here. It would be this, my goodness. It would be this right over. Oh my goodness, are you joking or what? Oh goodness, I know what's going on. Right. Yeah, we're gonna do extend right unable or enable, sorry, or disable. Wow, can't even speak English either. So this is a bearish engulfing, team, and that consists of a forward red candle engulfing the prior green one entirely. The body itself, right? Not the wick, the body. Okay, so that is currently what's happening here, and I do say that it does have some credibility because historically speaking it has met some of that some further downsides when executed, right? So particularly right, let's see, I just saw it right now, this one right here. There we go. Bearish engulfing here, price action just failed, right? And let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other iterations of where that happened. I see another one right over here. Here we go. Bearish engulfing right over here. Red candle engulfing the prior green. Huge downside, right? And I see another one right over here. Right? Red candle engulfing the prior green one. And price action capitulates. Right, so yeah, there have been several iterations of this. Here's another one right over here, and it has reached its downside, right? So yeah, just remember that this is the red candle engulfing the prior green, and then you get that downside. And in fact, even on this run here to the downside, it did print back-to-back iterations of it, right? So particularly here, this is another bearish engulfing, right? And price action continued to that downside. So, I mean, I could really just go on here like forever showing you how credible this formation is in the asset, right? Because it happens quite often, right? Here's another one right over here, and not sure that really anyone is paying attention close enough to notice this, but it is a formation that is highly credible here on the daily time frame of GTII, right? So I want to point something out here that, you know, potentially, you know, no one has shown you before, right? That's what I've always tried to do. I've always tried to spot the knot, right? Or something that just tends to anomalies, right? So, and it's just in this asset here, it just happens so freaking much. It's almost ridiculous, right? Right, so, but yeah, you are looking at, let's go ahead and just count these, right? Oh my goodness. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, potentially, I don't know what the heck that is, and 12, right? Is it one down there? Yes, no. Okay, so yeah, 12 iterations of these bearish engulfings that have happened. And trust me, there's way more. There's a lot more, right? So in this case, we're talking about bearish engulfing iterations that have happened for the better part of the last 403 days of bearish engulfing candle formations, and we are definitely looking at this. We are definitely looking at this as a very well repeated and very credible formation. Okay, so this could be the reason that price action comes down to the targets that we're looking for. Okay, just to remind you again, we have one of those targets set at around 49. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and zoom out here because we have them located right here, 49.52 to 45.66. Right, so it just depends on the timing as we approach the apex of the triangle, not the apex all the way, 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle right over here. Right, so that could be one of those areas where we could face a potential support before a bounce to the upside. And now let's go ahead and now shift over to this formation down here, as I do believe that we could be observing this formation in a smaller time frame. And the reason why is because now I think I have the visibility into what could be an actual descending broadening wedge. Right? Just like this. So now this is officially, I mean, it's anything can happen in the markets, but officially this is a bullish buy formation. Right, so we have an asset here that is suggesting a continuation to the upside. Now, what's curious is that this formation, the descending broadening wedge, per the trading book rules, right? You trade this or you take profit at the genesis of the formation, which would be 74.87. Okay, something that we should not ignore, right? So let's go ahead and just kind of dotted line that right here so that we have an understanding over where it can go. Okay, so and that would require just a breakout from the top, right? A bullish breakout. So I have a feeling here that this may actually, the bottom regression may actually be this. Right, just yeah, I think that it could be like this. Right, based on this touch here, this. And yeah, actually, I do feel like that could be the way that this is trading, right? So now from here, I mean, these are already too many. What's scaring me on this is that it's too many tests of the resistance. I'm already invalidating this formation when we're at about after 5 tests, right? In this case, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it could be 6 right here, and 7, right? So 7 tests of this resistance already. So it's not to say that it can't do it. It's just the probabilities become lesser and lesser when you have tests counting beyond the 4 and 5 true breakout tests. I have seen these, particularly in like CEOS, I think it was. I have seen these break out to the upside after a bunch of tests of that support. That's cool, but I just haven't seen them very often. But this is actually approaching a demand zone here, a critical demand, and that may be one of the sole reasons that this formation can actually break out. Now, what's curious to me is that it's displaying a potential top side, right? So let's just say that we didn't get this here on oh, you know what, it would be a different time frame. Sorry, let's just say that I modified the support, so now it's giving us a completely different metric, right? So let's just say, for example, we came all the way back down here, say Monday, right? Because it looks like it's Monday's crossing this area here. Let's just say that on Monday we came all the way back down to that critical bottom side of 45 cents, and that very 45 cents that took us to almost $3, right? So if we do that on Monday, that means that over the next few days, this can recover and then eventually reach this critical zone, which is meeting the triangle regression. It would be the falling wedge, this one here, right? Right over here. So let's just say that it would be meeting resistance right over here. That would be the take profit, but not the breakout for the triangle. So that means that 75.06 will get a rejection because that's naturally how you take profit from this formation. We get essentially, let's just draw it in, right? So we get something like this, right? We tend to come right back up. We resist from this level here. We reacquire the inside of the triangle. We validate the inside of the triangle. We chop around, right? It's very likely for us to do something like a resistance grab right over here, come back for support validation, or the confirmation of the conversion from resistance into support, and then we come up to this target here and meet that resistance. So we don't break out there though. We come back and validate some type of support, whether it be, I don't know, somewhere around 67.24. And then after we get that validation, we can start actually moving onwards here. It looks like a resistance could be looked at right at about here at 87.36 before we pull back and start validating what could be a new support area, right? As soon as we support that, and we can continue. It's highly speculative, but it's just, how sometimes things can play out, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that there because there is a possibility to where things can happen like that, okay? I'm just giving you a scenario here as to how a bullish buy formation can play out together, right? Using its topside targets, right? So yeah, I think creating this new low today, right down to 53.68, I think it was, and then creating the daily bearish engulfing may actually give us the downside that we're looking for, and the loading zone that we are observing here before we can catch some type of thrust to the upside. Okay, team, you know the risks, you know the downsides and the upsides. Go ahead and get in touch with me if any questions or concerns. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios. Yeah.